على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ألم تر إلى الذين قيل لهم كفوا أيديكم وأقيموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة فلما كتب عليهم القتال إذا فريق منهم يخشون الناس كخشية الله أو أشد خشية وقالوا ربنا لم كتبت علينا القتال لولا أخرتنا إلى أجل قريب قل متاع الدنيا قليل والآخرة خير لمن اتقى ولا تظلمون فتيلا أينما تكونوا يدرككم الموت ولو كنتم في بروج مشيدة وإن تصبهم حسنة يقولوا هذه من عند الله وإن تصبهم سيئة يقولوا هذه من عندك قل كل من عند الله فما لهؤلاء القوم لا يكادون يفقهون حديثا ما أصابك من حسنة فمن الله وما أصابك من سيئة فمن نفسك وأرسلناك للناس رسولا وكفى بالله شهيدا صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين ألم تر إلى الذين قيل لهم كفوا أيديكم. Have you not seen those to whom it was said كفوا أيديهم كفوا أيديكم, hold your hands, وأقيموا الصلاة, and be steadfast in salah, وآتوا الزكاة, and pay zakah. So this is about when Muslims were in Makkah, they were oppressed by the non-Muslims, the kuffar, and a lot of times they will come to the Prophet ﷺ and ask the Prophet ﷺ that, Ya Rasulullah, allow us to fight back these kuffar and retaliate. The command of jihad was not there. Muslims were told to hold themselves back and not respond. So this refers to that time that they were told kuffu aydiyakum, hold your hands to yourself, wa aqimus salah, and focus on salah and zakah. Keep working hard on your personal ibadat, which is salah and zakah. From this, ulama have said that the purpose of salah, zakah, and the ibadat that pertain to one's own self, their primary focus is to reform one's own self, while the purpose of jihad is to reform others, to reform the land, to establish, as we said, the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala over land. The first order in the Makki life was to work on your own self, work on your personal ibadat and reforming your own self. And the truth is that, and this is written in the Tafasir, that the reason why they were not allowed to fight was because until and unless one has worked on their own self and one has love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the extent that they are willing to lay down their life for the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the order of jihad is going to be hard for people, and to do jihad is going to be hard for people. Therefore the wisdom was that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told them to hold back and not fight. فَلَمَّا كُتِبَ عَلَيْهِمُ الْقِتَالِ, but when they came to Medina, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that when fighting is enjoined upon them, فَلَمَّا كُتِبَ عَلَيْهِمُ الْقِتَالِ. So when Muslims came to Medina, they found relative peace. They were not constantly bugged and were under threat about their life and property and honor from the kuffar, because now they had the government of their own. So they kind of relaxed. So this is written in Tafsir that when people have afiyat, when people are relaxed, then the natural instinct to fight becomes decreased. When somebody is constantly taunting you and bothering you, in the spirit of the moment you want to fight them. But when you have come to a peaceful place and you've been living with peace, then the natural instinct to fight is a little decreased, the natural passion to fight. So when Muslims came to Medina and they were commanded to do jihad, إِذَا فَرِيقٌ مِّنْهُمْ, then surprisingly there is a group from them يَخْشَوْنَ النَّاسَ كَخَشْيَةِ اللَّهِ أَوْ أَشَدَّ خَشْيَةً. This refers to the munafiqeen. That there is a group among the Muslims who call themselves Muslims. So therefore Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that there is group among you. They start fearing people like they fear Allah. That like somebody fears Allah. أَوْ أَشَدُّ خَشْيَةً. Or even more than what the fear should be for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Some Mufassirin have went with the meaning that even some Muslims who are true Muslims but weak in their iman, and because they were finding relaxation and peace in Medina, it became hard for them. It's not necessary that they came to the Prophet ﷺ and said it, but in their hearts they thought that why is jihad being enjoined upon us now, where we could have been given some more time to establish ourselves and settle down here and find some progress in life, and then we could have fought. And the state of the munafiqeen was that they started fearing people more than they should have feared Allah. وَقَالُوا رَبَّنَا لِمَ كَتَبْتَ عَلَيْنَا الْقِتَالِ. They say, our Lord, why have you enjoined fighting upon us? لَوْلَا أَخَّرْتَنَا إِلَىٰ أَجَلٍ قَرِيبٍ. Would you have not spared us for a little more time? قُلْ مَتَاعُ الدُّنْيَا قَلِيلٌ. So the answer that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving is قُلْ مَتَاعُ الدُّنْيَا قَلِيلٌ وَالْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ لِمَنِ اتَّقَى وَلَا تُظْلَمُونَ فَتِيلًا. And akhirah, the hereafter, is loads better than this world for the one who fears Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has taqwa. So in this, ulama have written that even if there were some Muslims and it is not clear that they actually said it or they just thought it in their heart, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows everything. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala responds sometimes to the thoughts found in the hearts of people. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is very merciful to the Sahaba. So to console them and to bring them to this order of fighting, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling them, reminding them that the hereafter is much more better for you than this dunya. قُلْ مَتَاعُ الدُّنْيَا قَلِيلٌ وَالْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ لِمَنِ اتَّقَى. Hazrat ulama have written that mata'ud dunya, or the stuff of this world, is qaleel wal akhiratu khayr. So how, in comparison, there is at least 4 ways in which akhirah, or the things of the hereafter, the rewards and bounties, are much better than the good in this world. Number 1 is that the bounties of the akhirah are limitless. They are excessive. Everything has a limit and a specific count in this world. Secondly, the ni'am, or the blessings of the akhirah, are everlasting, while this dunya, the blessings of this dunya, have an end. All blessings and all pleasure of this dunya have an end. Third thing is that when somebody tries for some good, if they try for the good of this dunya, it is not guaranteed that they will get it. And we see it often that some people try for something really hard and they don't get it. They don't end up getting it. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised that if someone tries for the akhirah, they definitely get it. Fourth thing is that in themselves, compared to the bounties and pleasures of this dunya, the bounties and pleasures of the akhirah are much intense, or of a much higher quality. So whatever pleasures that we can get, although they have a limit, but even while that pleasure is going on, it is much worse than the pleasure of the akhirah. Anyway, so وَالْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ لِمَنِ اتَّقَى وَلَا تُظْلَمُونَ فَتِيلًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that we will not be cruel to people, even cruelty will not be shown to people, even to the like of a thread, not even a thread. أَيْنَمَا تَكُونُوا يُدْرِكْكُمُ الْمَوْتِ. The second consolation is, the second intellectual point that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling the Sahaba to prepare them for fighting is أَيْنَمَا تَكُونُوا يُدْرِكْكُمُ الْمَوْتِ وَلَوْ كُنْتُمْ فِي بُرُوجٍ مُشَيَّدَةٍ. Wherever you will be, death will overtake you, even though you are in fortified castles. Under the explanation of this ayah, Allama ibn Kathir rahimahullah has quoted a story about a person who was serving a woman, who was a slave to a woman, or a servant to a woman, and that woman was about to give birth. So that person went out to get something for that lady. As he was on the door, he met somebody who came and said that, is there a woman inside who's about to give birth? And he said, yes. He said, let me tell you two things about this woman. Number one, she's going to be such a evil lady that she's going to commit fornication with 100 men. And the second thing is that she's going to die with the venom of a spider, something as little as a spider. So that person, thinking of this, that this woman is going to create such fitna and fasad, went and hit her in a way that he tried to kill her, that such an evil does not happen. And he pierced her stomach, making sure that she's dead, and went out. Ran away in fear of his life, ran away and went to a different country. This woman did not die. Her mother stitched her womb, and that woman actually survived. And this man went away and lived for many years outside the country, far away, and made many riches. Finally, when he thought that a lot of time has passed, he thought, I should come back home. He came back home, and then he wanted to marry someone, so he asked around for the most beautiful person, the most beautiful lady, and somebody told him that there is such and such lady who's the most beautiful in town. So you have a lot of wealth, so if you want to marry her, chances are that she'll accept your proposal. And so it happened that this person married this lady. And then when they were discussing about each other's lives, finally he confided into his wife that actually many years back I had ran away like this. I had committed a crime and I had ran away like this. So that woman showed him her stomach and said, I was that lady, and here's the marks of what you did. And then he said that, let me tell you these two things. Number one is that man told me that you are going to commit zina or fornication with 100 people. So she said, the truth of the matter is that I have done it. I have done it with multiple men, but I don't even know the count. He said, I can tell you the count, it is 100. Then he said that now you are my wife, so we'll try to prevent the second thing. And he erected a castle, and in that castle he made sure that no spider could enter. But one time, many days later, they were lying down and she saw a spider on the wall, and she said that maybe this is the spider that you were warning me about, but this is such a little spider, I will kill it just now, like this. And she went and under her foot killed that spider. That spider was dead, but the venom erupted out of the belly of that spider, or the mouth of the spider, and struck her on her feet, and she died because of that venom. This is written by Allama Ibn Kathir in his tafsir, but there's so many stories around us in our life that we can see that some people, there's no chance of them dying and they die because of a very uncertain situation. For example, road accidents, for example, accidents in their homes, tornadoes, flight accidents, those kind of things happen, and there's so many stories, there's no time for telling those. And apart from that, there's people who are putting their life on the line all the time and they still don't die. Sayyidina Khalid bin Walid radiallahu an, the Prophet ﷺ called him Saifullah, the sword of Allah. He kept on fighting all his life in looking for death, and finally he did not die in battlefield, and finally he got death out of a sickness in his home on a deathbed, on a bed. So he lamented this fact, and he said that I tried all my life, going out trying to get killed in the path of Allah, but that did not happen. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that أَيْنَمَا تَكُونُوا يُدْرِكُمُ الْمَوْتُ وَلَوْ كُنْتُمْ فِي بُرُوجٍ مُشَيَّدَةٍ. Death is going to come to you even if you are in a fortified castle. وَإِن تُصِبْهُمْ حَسَنَةٌ. We'll do this part of the ayah inshallah tomorrow. But the first consolation that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given is that Akhirah is much better for those people who fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than this world. So there's no reason for you to want to live in this world and prefer it over the Akhirah. The second thing is that death is going to come to you even if you are in a fortified castle. So whatever way death is written is going to come to you. that should not prevent you from going out in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and fighting. The next part of the ayah inshallah we'll do tomorrow. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Salatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Mursaleen. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين صلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.